Welcome to my WWF World Wrestling Federation in the 1980s series. So today I think we'll do match feud that was a pretty good Honky-Tonk Man against Jake the Snake Roberts. Now Honky-Tonk Man famously hit Jake the Snake Roberts with his guitar on Jake the Snake's Snake Pit. It was his interview segment, like Piper's Pit and like that. And they had a feud and they had some matches, and let's go re-experience that. So I'm gonna go set up. I'll do a normal match, one-on-one. Okay, here we go. Let's get Jake in there. And I should give Honky-Tonk Man Jimmy Hart. That was his manager. Yeah, let me do that, just to make it more interesting. Let me find Honky-Tonk Man. There he is. Add manager. Yeah, Jimmy Hart's in the game. Let's find managers. And there he is, Jimmy Hart. Yeah, do this one. There we go. Let's just check this stuff out here. Pin both, submission. DQ's on. Yeah, let's make a no DQ match. Why not? Rope rig on. Ring out. Let's do. Yeah, falls count anywhere. Let's just have some fun with this. No limit. Now let's do. I don't want to go for just to make sure it doesn't go forever. I'll put it on 20 minutes. That should be plenty of time for it. Okay, and that's that. Oh, let's see here. We got chair. Oh, they do the megaphone for Jimmy Hart, and I got to do the guitar for Honky Tonk Man. And let's do ladders. Do the basics: the ladder, the table, and let's get let's do a light tube. There we go. Let's do that. All right, this should be a good brawl. Let's even put it on slow so we have a little more of a match here. All right, here we go. Jake the Snake Honky-Tonk Man from the 80s. This should be a fun match with Jimmy Hart at ringside for Honky-Tonk Man. He managed Honky-Tonk Man. All right, these are both in-game wrestlers. Same as Jimmy. Jimmy Hart's also in-game. They did a very good job with the managers from the 80s this year with Mr. Fuji, Captain Lou Albano, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan. They didn't have, and then Miss Elizabeth and Sensational Sherry. They did not have Slick and Luscious Johnny V and Freddie Blassie. They missed a few, but hopefully they'll add them in the future. But they have a pretty good representation of managers of that time, which is probably one of the best times for managers. Tag teams as well. It was a really good time for tag teams. I actually like to see them concentrate on tag teams from that time period in one of the WWE2Ks. Killer Bees, they got the Hart Foundation, but the Killer Bees, the Rockers, and the British Bulldogs I'd like to see in there. And Demolition and the Road Warriors. Oh, now Road Warriors are more 90s. They came in, they were in the 80s, they were in the NWA. With Demolition, the Powers of Pain. All right, Honky Tonk Man, Jake the Snake. Yeah, this match should be a little bit longer because I put it on slow, but it should be under 20 minutes. If it doesn't, that's why I have the timer on it. If it goes over 20, it'll just go to a draw. But yeah, this was another one of the feuds in the 80s that then they had. So I'm trying to think when they had any prominent matches. I can't remember, but I just remember the Honky Tonk Man hitting Jake the Snake with the guitar in his interview, the Snake Pit. Jake had his weekly interview segment. They used a lot of them back then. They had the Body Shop with Jesse Ventura. They had the Barber Shop with Brutus Beefcake. They had Piper's Pit was the original, the one that really got it off the ground. Because they used to have Victory Corner before Piper's Pit, but Piper's Pit was when it really took off. And then there's just a lot of copies. They had a Blackjack Mulligan. It was like Blackjack's Barbecue. They had some. They had a lot of those. Actually, I'd like to see them incorporate that into the game somehow. Piper's Pit and stuff. Especially they have Piper in the game. All right, we got a just false count. I just made it basically like an Extreme Rules type of match here. Like the referees used to wear that. They have that light blue shirt, so I got everything fairly accurate for that. How it was at that time. The WWF logo on the turnbuckle, and there was a lot of blue. There was a blue mat, blue ring post. The bottom rope was blue. And the steps were blue. I mean, it depends. And there was always variations and stuff, but this is the setup I made here is generally how it was at that time. We got a pin here. It's a pin or submission anywhere. Let's see what actually. Let me get an angle so you can see what Jimmy Hart's doing. There he is. They're glad they had this camera thing. They started it with 2K24. It's really cool. Oh, Jake just busted open. When the screen flashes like that, it's somebody started bleeding. Let me get around here. There we go. Trying to keep Jimmy Hart in the camera angle. So you got the megaphone. He's just standing there. He's not too. That's something they could work on. To having the manager at ringside be a little more active. Jimmy Hart's not really getting too involved, but he's just kind of standing there. But it's just cool that you can do that to have an in-game Jimmy Hart. Yeah, I think actually Jimmy Hart's unlocked in the showcase. I think in the I think he unlocks with the Hulk Hogan Yokozuna. Actually, I think that's the first match of the showcase. You get him actually very quickly. If you don't want to run through the whole showcase, you want Jimmy Hart, you get him pretty fast. You don't have to play for 10 minutes to get him. All right, Jake's gonna shoulder breaker. Go back to this. Jimmy Hart's not doing anything. I just wanted to see what he was up to there. We'll see if he gets involved. I'd like to see a little more. The manager's there. I'd like to see a little more involvement, but something they can work on for the future. There he is. He's threatening to do something, but he didn't really do anything. And they kick out. Yeah, hopefully this match doesn't go 20 minutes. It shouldn't. Hopefully we'll have a winner here. But yeah, this is definitely a WWF of 80s match here. Hopefully you're enjoying these. I'm taking you through the 80s. It basically turned my WWE2K25 into WWE2K1985, basically, for that time period, or all the creations I'm finding. But you can. That's great about this game. You can turn it into anything you want. You can turn it into an AEW game, which would be better than AEW Fight Forever for sure. You can make your own Fight Forever with WWE 2K25. This game's so customizable. It's great. You can make it a WCW 90s game, a WWF 80s game, an NWA 80s game with like Flair and Magnum TA and all those guys, and Dusty Rhodes. And there's the DDT. Jake's famous finisher. Oh, he just got out. Yeah, I hope I timed this. I hope I got my settings right so that this doesn't last 20 minutes. Because I don't try to avoid draws. But if this draws, so be it. But it shouldn't. This should be able to finish another 20. All right. Honkytonk. I think they're both bleeding now. Yeah, they both are. Oh, he's going up. Yeah, Honkytonk Man, he won the title. He beat. What happened was Ricky Steamboat beat. He was the Intercontinental Champion. Ricky Steamboat beat Macho Man at WrestleMania 3. Then Honkytonk Man beat Ricky Steamboat, I think, in June of '87, a couple months after WrestleMania 3. It was a short-lived run, and then Honkytonk Man. I should actually feature the match with when he lost it to the Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam '88. They even have the SummerSlam '88 arena I could use in game. I could have Honkytonk Man versus the Warrior. Do that, but then he lost it to the Ultimate Warrior, and then Warrior held it till they lost it to Rick Rude at WrestleMania 5. All right, let's see here, and Jake's gonna cover now. Honkytonk Man stunned. No kick out. Yeah, Jimmy Hart's not really doing anything, but it's just cool having him there. But I'd like to see him get more active, run around the ring more, jump up on the apron, and then Jake the Snake get distracted by him. But it's kind of not a. It's probably something they could work on. Oh, there he goes. There's Jimmy Hart. Just as I said it, he jumps in the ring. There's no DQ, so he could actually attack Jake without a disqualification. All right, Jimmy Hart's in the ring. He's not doing anything. The manager thing definitely needs to work. I mean, it's nice having him there, but he's acting weird. He's just getting in the ring, standing there. Definitely something that needs to be. I don't know if they'll patch it, but maybe in future 2 iterations of 2K, they'll improve the manager's activity. But it's a start. It's better than nothing. I'll take it. Have Jimmy Hart out there with the Honkytonk Man. Could actually make the Rhythm and Blues Honkytonk Man's tag team with Jimmy Hart and Greg Valentine. All right, he got the table. Now what's he going to do? Run around the ring? He's running. Yeah, I turned stamina off. The stamina thing's annoying. I turn that off. I turn off trading blows and I turn off the chain wrestling. They're I don't really like them. I don't ever teach their own. Maybe you like them, but I'm glad you can turn them off because I played around with them and they got annoying, so I turned them off. They're not my cup of tea, so I'm gonna keep them off from my matches. All right, got a submission here. I think. Yeah, he's asking him. Yeah, some holds are not submissions. They want to. You know if they ask him if it's a submission or not. All right, we're under 10 minutes. So yeah, I hope I was thinking about doing a 30-minute time limit. I cut it to 20. I hope I didn't cut it too short. If this goes to a draw, that's fine. I just hope there's a result. That's what they should add, a way to extend the match. If it goes to a draw, you can add 10 minutes during the match. If it's getting too close, they let you add minutes to it. But yeah, Jake the Snake, two of the stars of the 80s, they had the wrestling figures at the time, the LJN action figures. They were both made into action figures, Jake the Snake and Honkytonk Man. I think Honkytonk Man came with a guitar and Jake the Snake came with his snake. Did Damien? What's Jake doing? I don't remember Jake ever jumping off I don't think Jake the Snake ever did that. Off the top down to the floor like that. That's something Macho Man used to do then. All right, we got one good. Didn't go to a draw. Yeah, Jimmy Hart, he got in the ring and never got out. That must be a glitch, but there it is. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. Jake gets the win. And then going back to the 80s here with some of the superstar wrestlers of the time. There's Damien. There he is. That's really cool. Let's watch this for a second. It's scaring the ref away. I should do Jake the Snake versus Andre the Giant. That was another cool thing they did when Andre was acting like he was terrified of snakes. There it is. Yeah, maybe I'll do Jake and Andre at some point. There's a lot I can do with the going back to the 80s with the WWE2K25. I'll see you next time.